If you want to win tonight, 400 ain't gonna do it. It started over 6 months ago. 9 tour stops, but tonight we'll crown a men's and women's champion. It's the Volvic World Long Drive Championship from the Winstar World Casino and Resort in Thackerville, Oklahoma. An enthusiastic crowd on hand tonight. The men and women take center stage with championship belts on the line.
Distance. It's a simple word, but to them, it means everything. Every yard counts. This is what they do better than anyone else. Professionals and amateurs alike. They have superhuman abilities. Last night, fierce competitors from around the globe convened under the lights for an opportunity unlike any other. 8 men rose to the occasion, while others fell short. It was a night of surprises.
Wes Patterson, absolutely stunning.
Close calls.
2 feet 4 inches.
Unbelievable how close that was.
And breakout performances.
Kyle Berkshire, a winner.
But tonight, the ultimate test remains. 2 champions will be crowned. This is where you go big. Go long or go home. Welcome to the greatest spectacle in golf. The Volvic World Long Drive Championship.
The stage is set as we welcome you to the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship here at the Winstar World Casino and Resort in Thackerville, Oklahoma. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to move fast tonight, and we're going to crown a men's and women's champion. Bob Papa, 2-time World Long Drive champion. Art Sellinger, Michael Breed joining us. Jerry Foltz handling the interviews.
He is the last standing international player here at the Winstar. He's the Canadian national champion out of Carleton University in Ottawa, Ontario. It's Mitch Grassi.
He's a man-child with a big golf swing. Wait till you see how far he takes the club back. This college student has his sights set on the title of the cash.
Call him what you will. The newcomer, the freshman, the Kingslayer. All he cares about is being called the Volvic World Champion. In his first long drive event ever, it's Wes Patterson.
The surprise of the event is not such a surprise anymore. Wes has settled in nicely. He has his eyes on that belt.
And he's only here because he didn't have enough money to enter the fee to get into Q School for the web.com. But he had enough money, he cobbled enough money to say, hey, I'll try long drive, and look at this, he's in the quarterfinals. Wes Patterson not only broke the hearts of Maurice Allen and Ryan Riesbeck, but he actually broke the shaft on his club and it went flying into the stands. Fortunately, the gentleman was not hurt. And who was it? Well, it was happy to report that Para Long Drive Dean Jarvis doing well. A memory to last a lifetime after getting hit with Wes Patterson's driver, and he's right back. Ready for some more action.
Needs his catcher's mitt.
He's in a different seat. That's important.
Here we go, boys.
Wes was out here. I spoke to him earlier today. He was out here this morning working on his putting. Not very useful in this event.
So why was he working on his putting?
Because he's getting ready for a tour event next week. He's working on, and he said, by the way, which was interesting, he said that he sees the grid better than he sees the fairways because of the lights.
Gets one on the grid at 407 yards. So the players have 4 balls and 90 seconds, which is not an issue in the first set. You see on the left of your screen, green means the ball is in play, meaning it's on the grid. So Patterson has hit his first 2 on the grid, his longest being 407 yards to this point. but a nice start.
Oh, beautiful rhythm. I talked to him on the range. I said, what do you like most about this? He goes, I don't have to play my second shot.
Michael, that one goes out of bounds. Describe what these numbers mean as you see that apex at 205.
So what you're going to see is that club head speed. That's going to be in the sort of the 140s, maybe even in the 150s tonight. There's a few players that can get there. We'll also pay attention to what's happening with launch angle, spin rate, and obviously distance. This ball speed you're going to see pop up. That's really going to be that number right there at 212. That's the number that you're going to pay attention to, and as well that apex at 135. Great distance, but doesn't stay in.
Yeah, this grid is not flat. There are contours in this grid, and anything down that left-hand side is going to kick out of bounds. Down the right center, it pitches back toward the middle, and now it's Mitch Grassing's turn. 407 is the number on the board, set by Patterson.
Yeah, this is actually the 10th fairway here at Winstar World Resort of the East Course, and they turned it into this long drive stadium. Awesome, but it is a golf fairway, so there are humps and bumps. Watch Mitch warm up on the range, and he either piered it or he hooked it. He's got a one-way miss, which I think in this sport is a great thing to have. You really get in trouble when you have a two-way miss.
Grassing, a track and field athlete, studying commerce at Carleton University. Discus, javelin, and shot put, and takes a look at the shaft. And obviously, with 90 seconds, the guys have plenty of time to get the 4 shots off.
You should try that sometime. Go ahead, 4 golf balls as hard as you can. Music playing, fans screaming, count down the clock, got the adrenaline, and
there's a lot of stuff going on.
That's 1 shot on the PGA Tour.
Will this one stay in down the right-hand side? And that's going to miss right. Jerry Foltz, what's the weather tonight as far as the wind?
It is 100% beautiful, very light breeze. You can see those banners down the side of the grid with very little movement in them. So any drive you see tonight is going to be 100% authentic.
And this one down that left-hand side, and it looks like Grassing is going to be 0 for 4 on his first set of 4. So Patterson gets 2 of 4 in and posts 407. Grassing 0 for 4. He has 4 more to go. Remember, he has last licks. Think of it as a 2-inning baseball game. He chose to go last, so he'll have last licks. But now Patterson can really apply some pressure here.
He's staying with that cut shot, that little left to right shot. That's his fastest ball speed of the night at 217.
That right side was a little hot yesterday. Beautiful there.
This is storybook right here. I mean, this is amazing. His first ever competition.
He said he approaches this like he gets 1 tee shot and 3 mulligans. That's the way he looks at this.
He's filling it up. So he came up here, he had no golf clubs. A couple players loaned him some clubs, then he got a couple more. Started accumulating clubs, breaking shafts, and now here he is.
Here we go.
Saw Trevor Santry over at Impact Precision Golf out of Houston, Texas. They came up here, and I spoke with Wes about it, and he said these guys built him a golf club or golf clubs that really made some sense for him.
Patterson has gotten 3 in of the 7. 419 so far is his best. Can he add a little more pressure? And that's going to miss down the right-hand side. So 419 is now the number for Mitch Grassing. All right, Art, as a 2-time champion, you get in this situation. He's got 4 swings left as Grassing. How do you not go too hard at it where you start losing your technique and then you don't even put it in play?
Mitch is a 215 plus guy, so he hit it 425 last night. So the number doesn't phase him. He's got to sync it all up, hit the middle of the face, hit his tight draw, and he should be fine. He's got 4 chances.
And if he can get it down that right center, it'll kick down the fairway even further. That one out to the right.
His highest club head speed in the first round here was 147. which is plenty fast enough, and the ball speed was 223. If he finds the grid, that should be in a solid hit, long enough.
It takes only one. And Grassing is now down to 2 swings.
And look at that ball speed, 226.
Look at that club head speed, 149.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be on the 8th ball. I'll tell you what, this is the magic ball. It was Hoag's last night, the 7th ball. This is the one.
Out to the right.
Wow, look at that 151 club head speed there. That is really moving.
Yeah, he's got to line it up, though.
Problem for Grassing is he is down to his final swing. Needs to beat 419. Patterson can only look and hope.
Oh.
Did he do it?
Fastball speed. That apex may be a little bit high. We'll see how it reacts in the grid.
Bye. Goodbye.
Across 430, and on his last swing, Mitch Grassing has won it. .435 yards. Wes Patterson gave him a run, and how about Mitch Grassing? He missed the grid on his first 7 swings, but the magic ball was number 8.
Look at how wide this swing is. The arms are nice and high, really long. Watch him jump off the ground there. Phenomenal swing to create distance. You get a look here at this setup, really wide in the stance, and then a good full turn. That shoulder is all the way back there. Look at that shoulder turn. That's well in excess of a 100-degree rotation. That club pointing at the ball and then jumping up into the air through it. That is just built for speed.
Speed is what it is. This is what it sounds like when you have 153 miles an hour of club head speed.
Pretty amazing. Wasn't able to center up the previous 7, but when he needed the money ball, he got it.
That's long drive right there. The other 7 doesn't matter. It just takes one.
Today's coverage is brought to you by the new Vivid XT by Volvic, the official ball of the Volvic World Long Drive Championship. Winstar World Casino and Resort. Let the good times roll. Callaway, the #1 irons in golf.
He used to make kids cry when they came to the plate against him in Little League. He's gone from a 5'9", 10-year-old fastballer to a 6'5", 2-time Volvic World Long Drive champion, the Blonde Bomber, Tim Berg.
3 matches away from his 3rd belt in 5 years, but the road to glory has a huge obstacle with his first opponent of the night, Kyle Berkshire.
A true stud of an athlete. This guy once hit the ball over 300 yards with a putter. He's the youngest player here at 20 years old. The Mean Green Machine, Kyle Berkshire.
I've watched this script come to life for the past 8 months. He's gained 20 miles an hour of ball speed since beginning his long drive career this year.
Well, as a young man, you know personally because he walked into your shop in Dallas and said, I want to be a long drive guy.
Yeah, he's playing golf at the University of North Texas right up the road from us here in Roanoke, down the road here from Thackerville, and said, I don't want to play college golf anymore. I want to do long drive. And we put him on the monitor. He's at 195 ball speed. Fast forward 6 months, 215 need not apply. This guy can bring it.
Now studying at the University of Central Florida, academically only. Ball Tracer, the Tracer line is brought to you by Volvic as Berkshire's first goes out of bounds. And for an update on Kyle Berkshire's clubs, we check in with Jerry.
Well, I was walking the range not more than 15 minutes ago. He has 3 gamers, his dad told me. One of them snapped on his follow-through. We're a lot of long drivers. Will snap it from time to time. I talked to the manufacturer rep for the clubs he hits. I said, can they reshaft it in time? He goes, they have 7-minute glue. His dad was more concerned than the rep was, though.
Right. Kyle's big mistake will be to overswing. Kyle at 100% is not the best. he can be. I'd say he's got to take 10% off and hit the middle of the face and hit a golf shot.
Very, very shut face at address. 90-foot apex, that will need to run a long way.
Yeah, crosses 400 out to 410 and past the 410 mark.
So how do you like a low heel cut 410, Michael?
Yeah, exactly.
So again, if he gets it on the face, takes away some of that curve.
That one is not going to come back, and he's going to miss that out of bounds left. So he gets one in the grid, 414 yards, which is a good start. So now the former two-time world long drive champion, Tim Burke, set to go. His fiancee, Ashley, is back in Orlando. They're expecting their first child any day now. You see the tape on his right wrist. Tim has been dealing with some wrist injuries, but we all had a chance to speak with him earlier, and guys, he says he's just blocking it out at this point.
Yeah, he said adrenaline is what I need. I really need to get the juices flowing so I can just take rid of that wrist. And he's squeezing, pumping, getting some blood in there.
Earlier today, Tim on Twitter said he was very fortunate to advance tonight, battling with the wrist. One more day. Great competitor, and Stephen Coy's tough match. Yeah, Burke advanced in his match with Stephen Coy's. Coy's hit it 415 yards and 19 inches. Burke hit it 415 and 28 inches. So because it was outside the 6-inch discrepancy, Burke got the nod. So Burke's first out of bounds. Jerry, you had a chance to watch Tim warm up. What'd you see?
Did. Wasn't a pretty sight, Bob. I saw him hit quite a few balls. I don't know if it's the wrist or the concern over the wrist or what have you, but he was pretty much all over the lot and very intense out there. Now, that's his nature, but he was much more intense, not nearly as laid back as some of the other competitors. I asked him about the wrist. He said, I got enough adrenaline flowing tonight. I won't feel it, and I don't care if I break it.
Well, this one stay in. If it gets the right kick down the right center, it's got a chance, but no.
Clubhead speed at 140 miles an hour is really down from where he normally is at.
That's down 6 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And he's 146 usually.
And by going second, he was hoping to put up a number and then maybe not have to hit a second 4.
I think it's good for these two players to see, as we see this one stop at 408, to see numbers. They saw Grassing hit at 435. They saw Patterson hit at 420 or about there. So they kind of know the numbers of the night. And I think Berkshire's real comfortable knowing that he did not hit a good ball 415. He's probably got another 20 in the bag.
It's just amazing how different all these players
Look at that apex.
create this speed, and what they do with how they're holding the club, the length of the swing. They're all so different and yet all so effective.
Kyle's got to take a deep breath.
I don't think TrackMan could track that apex because he popped it up.
Yeah. He's got to take a deep breath, and I like how he slowed down and walked off this one, and see if he can square one up here. That was hit. Pulled but hit. That's 220.
Yeah,
that was a
that's
flush shot.
Fastest yet. 146 on that ball, on that clubhead speed. 220 ball speed.
And if you're watching, when you watch at home, just know the middle of the face is the key to long drive. Hitting it square, flush in the middle of the face is where it starts.
And spin rate's really important. That one there that he just hit, just over 2,800 RPMs.
That's a shot.
Yep.
That's a shot.
Is it going to hold on, though, down that left side? It's going to hit
Got
that
a
hill.
late kick right. Hang in there.
And that's where that grid plays so much narrower.
Yeah, remember, this is the 10th fairway on one of the two 18-hole golf courses here at Winstar Golf.
Last two shots have been flush. And he's just going to get burned on this left side. The last 3 shots were just destroyed. Awesome.
This one,
That's going to be close.
it's moving, and now it's going to pick up some downhill. Will it stay in?
Unbelievable. That ball was 10 yards in bounds.
So Berkshire, knowing that he's going against a guy like Burke, who when healthy can really send it out there, has left the door open. He's kept it in a range where Burke knows he can get to, having gotten to 415 yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. That 8 yards right there, that ball out at 423, that 8 yards is a mile for Kyle Berkshire. And this is where Tim Burke thrives. I mean, you know, since 2011, 2012, he has just rose to the occasion when he needs to.
How about in 2013 at the World Long Drive Championship in the championship match?
Right, that's exactly. I mean, he was the runner-up the year before, and then 13 he did it right there at the finals, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And I like this, taking your time on this first ball.
Oh, boy. Now, if that catches that right center, that ball will kick downhill.
That might be his last ball.
No. Oh, we got a bad bounce. It went right on him.
Had the distance.
Boy, he just missed that hill where it would have kicked left.
How do you respond after seeing a 435? You know, I mean,
50 seconds left, 2 golf balls remaining.
Burke's got to beat 414.
This looks pretty good.
That's not messing up for good.
Apex at 138. He thinks it's not enough. How does it handle the grid?
410. It's going to be just short. Tim Burke is down to his last swing. 411, the last one. Can he get it down that right center? Nope, that's going to go out. Two-time Volvic World Long Drive champion Tim Burke has been eliminated by Kyle Berkshire in his first year in World Long Drive competition. And we are at the Volvic World Long Drive Championships, getting set for our next matches. We send it back down to Mark Sherman.
On the fast track to an incredible career in long drive, he's trying to make the semifinals for the second year in a row here at the Volvic World Champs. He is the snapping turtle, Justin James.
simply put, Justin has the best skill set in the sport. From golf swing to speed to the mental game, he has the entire package.
His father, Jerry, a pro wrestler.
Also a multiple long drive champion.
305-pound Titan gets his power from his rock-solid core. He is our resident rookie. He is Chewy. He is Paul Howe.
Paul made a statement in the round of 16 with a 425-yard blast. He needs to bring everything he has to take down Justin James in this match.
Oh, and he's got a great personality, the nickname Chewy. More on that in a second as we send it down to Jerry.
Thanks. I'm proud to be joined by the winner of the last televised tour event, Maurice Allen, a guy I'm proud to call a friend as well. Maurice, it didn't work out for you getting to the final stage the last couple of nights, but what are these guys going through?
These guys are definitely having a lot of adrenaline going on right now, but they've been here before. They know how to handle the pressure.
You're going to hang with us and call a little action. Hopefully they take our sound out of the speakers so Chewy can hit.
Play away.
Michael, now, Maurice, you won the last televised event. You seem to get so much more notoriety and so many more fans. What do you think a win tonight would mean to one of these guys? Anybody who wins, as it stands right now, would be winning their very first time.
What happens with the win tonight? It definitely changes your morale. It boosts your confidence. It lets everybody just let them know exactly where you are in the world of long drive, and it sets you up for the next season. Right now, what you're seeing on the grid is a lot of adrenaline's going on, so everything's moving faster. The sequence of what people are doing is just getting a little off. Paul Howe right now, he's been in this situation many, many times before, so he's going to square this ball up. He's going to put it down the middle. Paul is a golfer by trade, so no worries right here.
There you go. That one's got his shot right there. Good call. Good call.
Absolutely.
Is there a more laid-back character? Oh, let's see where this goes.
There it is. Big bounce. Nice roll. He's over 410. There it is. That's a great start. Almost 420. That's perfect. It's a good ball to get in the grid on your first score, and here we go.
Is there a more laid-back character amongst the finalists?
I don't know. Between these two, they're both laid back in their own separate way. Justin James is somewhat of an introvert, and Paul Howell is he's still laid back, but just a little more out extrovert. So it's a little different, but they're definitely both laid back gentlemen.
All right, you guys got it upstairs.
Good stuff there from Maurice Allen as Paul Howell posts 420 on his first set of 4. Now, this is a guy right here that a lot of people picked as the favorite coming in as we got down to that final, group of 16.
Sure, he had a great season on tour. 2 wins, 2 semifinals, a runner-up.
Look at that club head speed, 147 miles an hour, 221 ball speed.
Just a great start to get one in play down there.
And that is running.
Yeah, and that's got the lead over 430.
This is the best skill set there is.
You mentioned that his dad, a past champion, his dad was a wrestler, Agent Orange. He once wrestled Andre the Giant, but he wrestled some of the best in World Long Drive, too.
He sure did. He won the Masters division in 2006 and 7. I mean, Jerry passed on so much knowledge, not only how to win, but lose, and with his swing.
And a very good player. Art plays in the PGA Professional Championship. A very talented golfer, a great coach. Obviously, you can see that he's been able to teach his son to generate some club head speed.
Guys, he only brought out one driver with him onto the stage, and there's a bit of a story behind that. He was trying to bring out another one, but had forgotten that each club needs to get checked each day to pass USGA regulations. It didn't have the proper color sticker on it. They wouldn't let it come on the stage. So he came out here with no backup driver for this round.
Well, so far so good for Justin James. 434 yards. He'll make a little adjustment right there. So now Paul Howell knows the number to beat. And Michael, we were sitting around on the range today and we were chatting with Paul Howell, and he has an interesting story how he got the nickname Chewy.
Well, and I thought it was going to be into a Chewbacca kind of thing, maybe had an accent or something. He said, no, that's not what happened. He got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant. And I said, how long were you there for? He goes, 5.5 hours.
I can't do anything for 5.5 hours.
Hey, Maurice, does he have 434 in him with just 3 balls left?
I've been around Paul Howell for the last 2 years. One thing you've learned in long drive is you can never count a person out. It's there until you get to the last ball, so I wouldn't count them out. Justin James did put up some absolutely magnificent numbers, but Paul Howell's too great of a golfer to count them out.
There's a good chance here if he doesn't beat the 434. Justin hit 4 golf balls last night. There's a chance he hits 4 golf balls in this first match.
And here we go.
And I promise he'll come to the next match with another driver that's thicker.
I know you're rooting for your buddy. You've been through this before. I mean, as just a former mediocre professional golfer, I couldn't imagine the pressure of this last ball.
Right now, what you have to do is you have to focus on your sequencing, focus on your training, and make sure that you put a good swing out there. Unfortunately, right there, he wasn't able to do it, but he definitely put up a good season. Paul Howell's had an amazing run the last 2 years, and I'm sorry that it ended this way, but he lost to a great hitter today.
So Justin James needed only 4 in the round of 16, and now in the quarterfinals he needs only 4 to eliminate Paul Howell.
Watch the way he shifts his body over to this side to load that trail leg, and he's going to go up. Lots of turn here. Look at how the lower body, upper body, that's all rotating. Now as he starts to come down, we're going to pay attention to how he's going to jump again. Very wide stance, both feet off the ground at the exact same time. Amazing speed. Watch his feet right here get off the ground and jump back.
Take a look right here, and again, if that left foot did not come off the ground here, he could not make that big turn. Squats right down, enormous legs, just perfect impact position right there. And if that left foot did not come off the ground, that knee would be shredded, and they're gone.
Here we go. He's saving on by day and crushing little overdrop ball by night. And let me tell you, Will, we are very grateful for both of those jobs. The firefighter from Memphis, he's a smoke machine, Will Ho.
He hit the longest drive in the round of 16, almost a quarter mile at 4:37. It's the 4th time Will has been in this position, and he'll have to rely on that experience to get it done tonight.
Oh, what a time to thrive for this young man. He's been hammering balls on the World Long Drive Tour for the last few years, and a win right now would put him into his first career semi-finals. He is Nick Kiefer.
The lefty sent a message to the field in the round of 16 with a 425-yard class. He is competing this week with a very heavy heart to honor his recently deceased father.
Nick Kiefer pretty emotional as he was able to knock off the defending Volvic World Long Drive champion Joe Miller in the round of 16. Big hug from his swing coach Rick Silva after taking down the defending champ at the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship. Kiefer, married for 2 years, just welcomed into the world his son Drake. Will Hogue, who he's competing against, his wife Colleen, delivered their 2nd child on Sunday night, a baby girl Samantha. So a couple of new dads.
Awesome. And last, he did exactly what Justin James did. He came into the walkway last night and didn't have a club tag, so he only had 1 driver, and he had that fixed tonight.
Jerry Foltz is working the stage right now and getting a good look at Nick Kiefer and with the man that Kiefer eliminated.
Yes, Joe Miller is here. Exactly. That's not a memory I'm going to bring up with him, although I think he can hear you as well. Joe, your emotions the day after getting eliminated?
It's tough, as you can imagine. You know, this is not the place I really want to be standing. Well, I love talking to you, Jerry. But you know, let's watch these guys, and should be a good night so far.
Pretty impressive crowd. Pretty impressive hit so far. There's one right there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, great hit there by Nick. Obviously, you know, he's been on great form this week. He's filling it up. That's a big ball.
My goodness.
Coming up to the 430 mark. Yeah, nice. Big number by Nick.
Hey, got it down that right center where you get the favorable kick down the hill, and now Kiefer with 1 more ball in this first set of 4.
2 kinds of long drivers to me, the guys that swing hard and the guys that just have speed, that are quick, just fast, and I see Nick as being fast.
Generated 217 miles an hour of ball speed on that last one and only 141 miles an hour of clubhead speed. That tells you that smash factor was way up.
Big time optimization right there.
Yep.
Joe, when you're sitting back in the chair waiting for your turn to hit, if you're the higher seed, do you just assume that your opponent's going to pull out their best?
Yeah, of course you do. But you know what? Will's thinking, whatever he pulls out, I'm going to beat it. That's what I think the mentality of every long drive, especially going second. You know, you want to target, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to go further.
Now, Joe Miller watching, the defending champion, will not repeat. Will Hogue getting set to go. It's time now for our epic performance presented by Callaway. And in the round of 16, on his 7th ball, Will Hogue hits the longest drive of the night. And watch it. It catches that right part of the grid where there's a little slope and it kicks downhill and it rolls out to 437 yards. And the moral of the story, don't hit it down the left side, Art. Hit it down that right center.
Aim right at Dallas and just go for it.
And that's our Callaway epic performance. You know, you can't go down the left side. And as we saw with Tim Burke when he smoked his tonight down that right side, if you catch that hill the wrong way, it sends it right out of bounds.
And what makes him, Joe Miller, what makes Will so good at this sport?
You know what, Will, he starts off around that number, 142. He has a couple of feelers out there, and then he just feeds off the adrenaline of the crowd. And he's going to see this crank up 148, 149. Nice ball flight. Pulled it a little bit there, but he's a builder. He likes to build on his swings, and he's definitely going to fill it up any second.
Ball tracer. The tracer line is brought to you by Volvic.
Stands very, very straight-legged at address and then creates some knee flex as he starts to go down into the downswing.
Just a bit too far left. Here we go, one ball for Will in the first half.
So Will Hogue trying to get one in the grid here. Nick Kiefer already has pumped one out 430.
First 4 balls over.
And Will Hogue's going to go 0 for 4 in that first set.
As we've learned already tonight, it only takes one. It's down to the last one.
So Jerry is with Joe. I'm curious, as Will Hogue sits there and Kiefer's ready to go, what kind of mental adjustments is Will Hogue trying to make in his head, having not gotten any on the grid?
You heard the question, I'm sure, Joe. What's going through Will's mind now that he didn't get any of the first 4 on the grid?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the pressure's on, unfortunately, now. It's, you know, he didn't get one in there. But he's going to watch these balls, you know, he's going to study it, and he's just going to, even now, you know, with 4 balls out of play, he's got 4 more, and he knows he can get it.
And at a moment like this, Nick has nothing to lose, just try and kill it.
Absolutely. Nick's got literally nothing to lose now. And he's been filling that up all night, all week, really. So, you know, if he builds on his next drive, the pressure's definitely on Will.
Kiefer's got 2 swings remaining. Again, he's got 430 on the board.
Very reminiscent of last night. Cassidy put up 428 on Will, and Will waited to that 7th ball. Regardless of what happens, Kiefer's just got to love hitting the ball 430 yards, the furthest he's ever advanced in his championship. He put a lot of heat on Will.
You could see Will there, some deep breaths and serious focus.
I talked to both of them on the range, and they were kind of laughing because Will goes, I love hitting second, and Nick goes, I love hitting first.
Oh, what a beauty on ball number 8.
Look at that 151 ball speed, or club head speed rather.
We needed a hang time clock on that one.
Right about 410. So
410, yeah, the apex at 176.
For Will Hogue.
And that's one of the reasons why that golf ball didn't do what we thought it would do in the grid. The spin rate was up to 2,900 RPMs. That's a lot of backspin, and that prevents the ball from getting fast in that grid.
Is clear. Play away.
Joe, just having your come down to your last set. I mean, I got to imagine that creates gray hairs for some of these guys.
I think, you know what, Will's had a baby this week. He's had a lovely little baby girl, and you know what, I don't think he can take any more. I think he's just going to absolutely go hell to leather for this one. A little bit spinny there, a little bit low spinner. Let's see if he can catch one in the middle of the face.
Yeah. Always been a left to right player, and what you risk there is a little bit more spin. If he can flatten it out like he did last night.
Well, last night he did it on his 7th ball. He's on his 7th ball right now.
Lucky number 7.
Oh, that's a good ball as well down the right side.
That's too high an apex right there, and maybe a little bit right. You can see how that ball did not get fast in the grid. This is the ball right here.
Will Hogue has to beat 430 or he's eliminated.
We're looking for 430.
He knows it.
Too much curve to the right.
And it's not quite going to reach it, which means that Nick Kiefer moving into the semifinals.
Nick Kiefer advances with a drive of 430 yards.
I'm a little bit less emotional.
Or look at this lefty. Watch how fully this club travels in that backswing. Look at how far that's down towards the ground. That's going to give a great opportunity for the club to move fast. And then you can see him post up on that lead leg, a full follow through.
And you look right here, as Michael just said, he just gets deep into his trail leg right there. Then he's going to plant that front foot down and just explode through the ball. Nothing but speed. And Just a great impact position, square face. 430 yards later, this ball stopped.
She claimed the world record with a 406-yard drive in the Mile High Showdown. And she is the defending Volvic World Long Drive Champion. It's Phyllis Betty.
The New Zealander is trying to repeat her performance from last year here at Winstar. An awesome golf swing.
This 2013 Volvic World Drive Champion has one speed, and that's full throttle. She'll be coming out of the gates like the diesel truck that she has back at home. She is Heather Manfreda.
Since 2013, it's been a dry spell for Heather. She's watched Sandra, she's watched Phyllis, and she wants to taste that title again and get the belt back.
Yeah, she's competed on mini tours. Played in the 2016 Diamond Resorts Invitational in Orlando earlier this year, which you saw here on Golf Channel, and the 2016 American Century Championship in Lake Tahoe. So Heather has the tee first.
The grid is clear. Play away.
That's our first practice swing of the night.
Hey, why don't we see more practice swings, Art?
Well, I mean, you got 90 seconds, and I'll be honest with you, you forget to do it. You forget to breathe up there. That was flush right there. That was hit. Very nice.
Soft on that left side. No, it isn't.
But I like how she gets behind the golf ball and is kind of always has something moving. That's the big key here is you don't want to be stagnant over the golf ball. A little waggle and take it back.
Well, a little information on Heather that I talked to her and her husband on the range long before competition started. They had to evacuate Houston with their horse, their dogs, and they were able to get back eventually. They got lucky. Their neighbors not so much, so that is on their mind. They have neighbors just a couple of doors down who basically lost everything. So even though we're celebrating an incredible sport here tonight with some of the best players and best people in the sport, there's still a lot more on their minds at times, as we saw last night with Nick Kiefer and Heather tonight.
And Heather has a great golf swing, and I think she has to rely on that and not overswing because you don't hit the middle of the face. And she has to just play Heather's game, get the ball down that grid, and get a good mark.
Final ball of her first set. Trying to get one on the grid. And I think that one's going to travel right and out of bounds. So Heather Manfreda goes 0 for 4 on her first set.
And what happens there is you don't hit the ball solid, your golf ball speed goes down. She's there in the 150s, high 150s. She should be in the upper 160s if she did that ball flush.
Phyllis Metty hails from New Zealand. And it really speaks to sort of the international flavor of the sport, especially on the women's side. And tonight, 35 different countries, or 65 different countries, over 300 million people going to watch World Long Drive around the globe.
It's awesome what happens. And she comes over here and just loves competing.
And this is a golf swing, Art, you've seen a ton of times. A lot of our viewers have not seen this. This is a beautiful motion, great patience and delivery at the top of the swing. She doesn't rush at all and yet generates tremendous clubhead speed. Look at that clubhead speed, 118 miles an hour.
I love how she drops it in the slot. What we mean by that is she has patience from the top in the transition. You'll just watch right here. The club will just drop gently down into the slot so she can hit the ball from the inside.
A lot of people watching in New Zealand. There's a 17-hour time difference between New Zealand and Thackerville, Oklahoma. So Manfreda went 0 for 4, and now Metty trying to get just one in play here.
She doesn't have to work that hard at 118 miles an hour of clubhead speed. She's almost 8-9 miles an hour faster than Heather.
She loses that to the right. So the defending champion, Phyllis Metty, goes 0 for 4. And Heather Manfreda has to feel like, wow, I'm okay. Now it's just a battle of 4.
It's a 4 golf ball competition. And this right here, I'm telling you, with how good they are as players, that was all nerves right there. That's what's causing these golf balls going OB.
Art, I couldn't agree with you more. In my conversation with Heather, I asked her what it felt like last night. She said, I was a deer in headlights. I was so nervous I could barely get the ball on the tee.
And she participated in the first ever mixed competition, teaming up with one of the men.
And it's interesting, the body will tend to slow down in the downswing, and that's one of the reasons why she'll lose that to the right or start hitting some flip hooks, is it's just not clearing and the body's not carrying the club properly. So you see that push to the right, and then you see this flat hook coming out of there. Got to get one in the grid.
Yeah, two-way miss is a tough miss. I know that she would be so disappointed if she didn't get a mark at least.
Does it get into your head when you're on ball 7 and you're 0 for?
Absolutely, and she's nervous and she's missing it both ways, so it definitely is in her head.
Right,
she got one.
Should be on the grid.
It's got to be careful. It's drifting right.
It's going to be fine.
Got to be careful not to break that driver when she recoiled it in celebration.
About 313.
So over the 310 mark on her 7th ball, 313 officially.
And 161 on the ball there, so she's not in Phyllis's league when it comes to speed.
Just barely over 2,200 miles of, or RPMs of underspin.
313, that is the number to beat for Phyllis Meddy.
So Heather Manfreda gets 1 in for 313 yards, and now she can only watch and hope. And we have seen Phyllis Meddy in this situation before, where she's going into the last set trailing. She never seems to get flustered.
No, she'll stay in the routine. For 9 years she's been in this situation, and she has definitely shined a lot more than she has.
Remember, she is the defending Volvic World Long Drive champion. Michael, when we take a look at the club head speed for Phyllis Meddy, as that one is going to head to the right. I mean, can you put into relationship for our viewers what that club head speed would equate to for a tour player?
Well, Justin Thomas is 116 miles an hour of club head speed, and Phyllis is 117. She's moving the club faster than Justin Thompson, who's a player on the PGA Tour that may end up becoming the player of the year.
So what's happening here is she's got the club to the inside and the face is open.
Body is slowing through that, and all of a sudden she's hitting those high rights.
The defending champion, Phyllis Meddy, down to her final 2 swings. She needs to beat 313, which is easily within her range.
She's not made one adjustment in these 2 sets, and primarily the misses are all high right. She's got 13 seconds
Yeah,
left.
this is going to be close. 10 seconds approaching now.
Yeah, it has to make contact before it strikes 0, and it's a little quicker than she's used to right here. 3. Wow, not going to get it off. Did not get it off.
Didn't get it off. It's unbelievable.
And that's her best one.
It does not count.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the official ruling call. Was not struck in time.
And she would have won with that last swing.
No, I think it was it 309, but regardless,
didn't count anyway. Wow, that is the first time in all of the matches that we've seen where anyone has come even close to not getting all 4 swings in the 90 seconds.
Yeah, she was behind the golf ball there with 13 seconds to go, and I kind of sensed something was happening.
So Heather Manfreda only gets 1 in, 313, but it's enough to eliminate Phyllis Meddy.
Well, good wide base here. With look at how far the knees are apart from one another. That helps her use that rotational force coming through there, and you can see how she gets that weight to the forward side. As she goes, this club is dead on plane here. Wonderful turn and torque. She sits down into that backswing. Look how the legs have that knee flex. That's preparing her to jump up, and boy, does she move. Look at the center strike. That is fantastic. And the heels up into the air. Wonderful strike and all the way through. Look at that full finish.
And it only took one right here. Just great speed through the ball. I like the hovering of the club. Good extension, and she knew it. It's just great to get a mark.
But she had to be thinking, knowing Phyllis Meddy had 4 swings left, that she was in trouble. But it wasn't meant to be for Phyllis Meddy. Heather Manfreda advances.
She's a 4-time Volvic World Long Drive Champion. 2011, 12, 14, 15. And looking to take her belt back. She is the sweet Swede. It's Sandra Carver.
Absolutely the best in the business when it comes to women's long drive. Anything short of a win would be a disappointment for Sandra. She goes for number 5.
A Cinderella story indeed. She's playing her first ever long drive tournament, but this belt was not wear off the midnight. No, I think this power hitter is here for good. Out of Texas Wesleyan University, Alexis Helga.
As green can be, she's used to teeing it up and playing her second shot, but not in long drive. This professional golfer has a pure golf swing.
It's really an amazing story, Alexis Belton, in the fact that having not competed in World Long Drive at all and being a mini tour player, that she's been able to knock off some of the best in women's long drive.
She beat Troy Mullins to stand right here, and she has never jumped on the tee box, I promise you, until right here as a golfer.
And she hit 7 of 8 fairways in that victory over.
Yeah, she filled it up. Great technique, wonderful setup, drops it down, beautiful. Just a beautiful golf swing.
Really good. Traditional length club.
Great bounce.
And a great start.
330, I think.
Wow.
45-inch driver, 9 degrees. I watched her hit on the range. She couldn't have possibly missed more than 10 yards off center. That one, she really went after.
110 miles an hour club head speed. That's fastest in these first 2.
But the key for Alexis Belton is her first ball was on the grid and deep at 329.
She's also hovering down the left side. Look at that 112.
I talked to her on the range and I said, okay, tell me about your golf club for long drive. She goes, it's my golf club. It's 45 inches and it's what I tee it up in tournaments with. Do I need something different?
That swing also is shy of parallel, which is amazing that she can generate that kind of club head speed.
She's trying to wave it on down that right-hand side, and that will not be her longest, but she gets 3 of the 4 in the grid, her longest being 329.
And that first shot took a great bounce, a wonderful start.
So being a complete newcomer, Alexis Belton will now watch as the 4-time World Long Drive champion, Sandra Karlberg, is ready to go.
High hands at address, Art.
Yeah, another accomplished player. She tried the European Tour School. She's trained by Helen Alfredson. Wonderful LPGA player in her own right. Just
ouch. There's a start.
Going to chase out down that right-hand side, but it comes up short of the 329.
Golf swings on tonight. Very nice.
This is a little flatter, too. This one may move in the grid.
Again, Alexis got a great bounce. She's out carrying her. Alexis' ball landed about 298, got just a wonderful kick.
And she had 2,400 RPMs of underspin, which is one of the reasons why it's not going to get fast in that grid.
Oh, here's a shot.
Turn that one over on a draw.
Yeah, that's going to maybe catch a little bit of a better spot in the grid as well.
And it should move.
Nope.
Just not enough.
Maybe a little too high.
I think she's got to play down the left side. For where the women hit the ball on the grid, the left side, that side right there, maybe left to center, but 4 great shots.
How about this?
None of them up to this point at 329. That one is.
That one's past 330.
Yeah, that's Sandra Karlberg.
349.
Not only did she just hit a 349, she went 4 for 4 on the grid.
I think she's over 1,300 yards on those 4.
Well, think about the other semifinal. We only had 1 of 16 in.
That's why she's the record book of this division. Absolutely. This is a tall order right here.
Yep.
The grid is clear. Play away.
Michael, she has a conventional golf swing using a conventional driver. How does she squeeze more distance out of it?
Well, I think one of the things that she's going to have to do is move that ball position back, try to take some spin out. She might not be able to fly it that far. She's got to take some underspin out to get the ball to move in the grid.
They hit 10 sets in the qualifying to get to this stage, and her longest ball in 8 of those sets was 330 yards. I mean, that's been her number. I talked to Mike Ambrose, who runs the competition. He says she's stuck on 330. So this is, again, another tall order.
Well, she's got to find 21 more yards.
Next year, she'll drop the loft down to probably 6.5 or 7. She'll lengthen the golf shaft 1.5 inches, probably to 46.5, and that'll give her a nice little 15-yard boost.
Last swing for Alexis Belton.
Looking for a little adrenaline boost.
She needs to beat 349. And she pulls it left.
And Sandra Karlberg.
So Sandra Karlberg, the 4-time World Long Drive champion, gets all 4 in the grid and advances with a drive of 349 yards. And what a run it's been for Alexis Belton.
We're taking a little look here at Sandra, and look at how full this turn is in the backswing. A very long and a down set. You can see the angle between the lead arm and the club shaft that starts to decrease in the downswing. And now as she carries that, she's releasing all that energy through the strike. You can see how now that all that energy is gone. Great staying behind it. And then into that full finish. Little shift into the right side there. You can see wonderful speed. Urging it on, yeah.
The #1 goal, middle of the face, and just no interruption of energy. That's what's so great about Sandra, and she knew it. She's on tonight. You look at these shots, she's picking apart the grid, trying to find out where they start. I mean, they're just perfect. And that ball left center produced that 349, but she's filling it up.
Similar
beautiful
passes
set
as well.
So she advances, needing only 4 swings. Sandra Karlberg has defeated Alexis Belton. And we are all set for the semifinals.
It came down to his final ball of the quarterfinals, and he just crushed one. The young fella out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Give it up for Mitch Grassi.
He's the senior member of this match at the ripe age of 22. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts for this golf swing.
His college teammates encouraged him to go out to a World Long Drive qualifier in California earlier this year. He went, he won it, and now he finds himself in the semifinals. He's the Mean Green Machine, Kyle Berkshire.
Kyle took down Tim Berg, and now he's 1 match away from the final. He's going to have to keep himself calm to find the club face and put on the show he wants to do.
So Kyle Berkshire ready to battle Mitch Grassi. You know, when you talk about the culture of World Long Drive, you know, we heard it when Wes Patterson in the round of 16 defeated Ryan Riesbeck. You know, he said he didn't have any clubs, and Ryan was one of the guys that lent him some drivers because he couldn't get back to Houston to get his clubs.
It's unbelievable. Phenomenal that he would do that for him, and next thing you know, he took him out in the round of 16, and you see that a lot out here. Kyle's got to calm down. He really does.
Ball tracer and the tracer line. Brought to you by Volvic. You can even hear the sound of that one. Didn't sound good.
That was low on the face. Out to the right, first one left. And this guy's a player. He's a collegiate player up until 7-8 months ago. So he can hit the ball straight. He's just got to calm it down.
0 for 3 for Berkshire in his first set.
And you can think you're prepared for this moment, but you're not. Obviously, his first year in the sport, and he's going to go down swinging for sure.
You can see the nerves in his face. Trying to do everything he can to focus on what he's intending to do.
And Michael, you've seen it. There's a lot of moving parts in the golf swing, and to time that jump.
It's really high. Is it going to stay in the grid?
Yeah, high in the face, but at least the mark.
It's over 400. Like the way I say that casually, it's over 400.
That's driver 6 iron for you, Bob.
406. Well, Breed working on it.
Don't forget about the punch out too. He's got to punch out,
right?
The grid is clear. Play away.
With Breed instructing me, it's a driver and an 8-iron.
Might even be driver wedge.
Well, Mitch Grassing set to go, and that one goes sailing out to the right.
Jerry, he looks calm to me. You? What do you think?
Yeah, so does Justin James. Looks extremely calm, but you never know. Duck always looks calm on the pond, as the old adage goes. I'll tell you right now, though, every drive is 100% authentic. I don't know the elevation of Thackerville, Oklahoma. There's not a breath of wind, and this is not a fast grid. This is impressive stuff.
It's a very traditional setup position. All the lines are square. Width of the stance is not too extended.
Well, this is uncharted territory for Grassing, for Berkshire, for Kiefer. I mean, they've never. Who would have written these brackets out right here? That's over the top.
1 ball to go, first half for Mitch Grassing.
Look at that club head speed, though, 153. And again, you'll see that happen when you get some hooks. That toe starts moving, and it throws up a little bit more speed into that club head, but still very impressive.
Ooh. See how the left side treats him here. This stays in. It's a mile.
Oh, it kicks right.
Wow.
Numbers don't lie. 152 club, 223 ball, enormous shot.
437 yards for Mitch Grassing.
He hit it 435.
The grid is clear.
Quarterfinal match.
So the pressure is on Kyle now. Got one in his last set. Ooh, look at this one.
Pressure, says Kyle. Is it going to make it to 437, though? Oh, I think it's going to be darn close. 430. Oh, just not quite. I think it's 434. 433.
433.
Awesome shot. He's got to watch his time a little bit here. He's kind of got to be on a 17-second pace. Get one on the peg.
One carrying to the right. Here goes 2 balls.
2 more swings.
And that right there, the numbers are not lying right here. He's 220 ball speed, Grassing 223, and he's a few yards behind.
He's got to beat 433. And that one's going to miss left.
Me hear you. For Kyle Berkshire. Final ball.
Final swing for Kyle. He's got to beat 437.
Ooh, this has a chance. A little low and flat.
Will it make it? Pass 410. Pass 420.
Well, it looked like it had the right numbers.
He's got to be so proud of himself for putting up those kind of numbers in that last set of 420 and 433. A great showing by Kyle.
And some of it is really dependent on where you hit it on the grid as to whether it's going to release or not.
But Grassing was the faster man. He won the match. 4-yard win.
Look at this beautiful full extension in this swing, very long. Club face is really kind of square, but look at how he is sinking that lower body as he takes that club back. Now watch it explode off of the ground. Both feet moving at the same time back. As we take a look at the head-on position, this is a beautiful setup position. Great full rotation with that upper body. For a man that size to move that much, that club wraps around, and you can see how he's about to, he's using this ground. Now watch what happens in his feet right here as we run through there. Watch how he's gonna jump off that ground. Beautiful, excellent move.
And again, you watch the footwork right here. It's amazing. He's got to jump and stick his finish. I love that weight moving to the right side. You have to lift the left heel, and you got to plant it down, use the ground, squash the ground, and jump, and just nail it.
Calm, cool, and collected, but ready to snap when he steps up to the tee. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Justin James.
The stage is set. It's his for the taking. Again, the best skill set we'll see tonight.
Last year, he had to set up a GoFundMe campaign to even make it here to the Winstar. But this year, he's on the brink of capturing the title. Out of the Windy City, it's Nick Kiefer.
No intimidation. He's bowing down to nobody in this field, and he's ready to take on Justin James. The lefty's got to bring it, though.
Kiefer will be first up. Let's see if he can apply a little pressure early on Justin James.
And he told me he loves hitting first, so everybody that has the top seed, he's like, please let me hit first, because I want to put a number on him. That's what him and his coach were talking about.
Kiefer advanced with a drive of 430 yards to defeat Will Hogue.
So he gets to draw the golf ball, Michael, to the right side. You know, he gets to use that left-handed draw to kind of get into that right corner of the grid.
See him setting up for draw, too. Started that down the left-hand side, but that face was wide open. Look at the apex, almost 200 feet.
So in 2 nights and 2 matches, Justin James just hit 8 golf balls. That's it. I mean, so he hasn't had to work hard.
Third ball for Nick Kiefer.
It's another one of those, look at the apex number here, 212 feet. He's making the motion that he wants. He just can't quite get the face to square up the way he would like. That golf ball probably released almost maybe 7 yards, 8 yards.
Yeah, 392 for Nick Kiefer.
And I mean, that's 30 short of where you need to be right there. So he knows that.
And he hooks that one out of bounds. So 1 of 4 for Kiefer in the grid. 392, which is Justin James is not even looking at the number.
No, he's not. Again, this becomes an 8-ball to 4-ball match for Justin right here. Having the hammer. Great year on tour. Again, 2 wins, 2 semifinals, a runner-up.
Again, I mean, this tour going for 6 months, 9 different stops, culminating here in Thackerville, Oklahoma with the Volvic World Long Drive Championship.
Watch this club head speed on this one. This is what's going to show you his potential that Art was talking about. So it'll be right around 150 miles an hour.
He's got a baseball background, so you can see the club work around him on the way through. That's killed.
147 RPMs. Boom. Boom.
That flew well over 400 yards.
Yeah, over 430.
Talked to his dad, Jerry, on the range before. He said he is going to put a show on tonight.
He's right around that 147, 150 range with the club head speed. Ball speed is sort of in the low 220s.
Kind of a good move here to leave 25 seconds for the last shot. He can gather himself. He's got a big number on the board, looking for more.
Nope, came over the top of that one and hooked it out of bounds. But James gets one of his 4 in the grid, and it was a good one, 430 yards.
And you'll see these players checking the face of the driver after each set. And you see Justin down there checking it because they will compromise these faces. I mean, you're talking 225 miles an hour.
Yep. So, can Nick Kiefer force James to actually have to hit a second set of 4? Going to need a big drive, having a best 430, and he hooks that one out.
He's got plenty of speed. I mean, Michael's called it all night. When you hook the ball, you're going to have faster action. But again, he can hook the ball into that right quarter of that grid, use the ground, get a roll. Nothing bounces like a ball, as we know. And he can get him.
That's the shape that he wants. He wants that spinning in that direction. That takes some underspin out.
Jerry, you've watched the last 2 nights, and you've seen Nick. Is he out of sorts? I mean, he's really behind the 8 ball a little bit here.
Yeah, not out of sorts at all. He knows, he has to know. He's looking up at the numbers each time. He has to know he has the speed to compete, but it's a matter of hitting the right one at the right time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. That might miss him. That was a good-looking shot.
Left side.
Oh, what a bounce.
Big bounce. Is it going to stay in?
That left side, it's a hill there.
Boy, that had it.
Remember, this grid is the 10th fairway.
Yes, it is.
So it's not flat.
No, that left side, again, is playing about 6 to 7 yards more narrow than it says.
Be careful of that time. Just 7 seconds left now.
He never looked over at it.
Final swing for Kiefer. Gets it in play, but it's out of bounds.
And gentlemen, our finals
So Nick Kiefer eliminated by Justin James. James again only needs a set of 4 to advance.
It's Grassic.
4-time charm, 5th time maybe.
So with a drive of 430 yards, Justin James moves on.
Look at the width of this dance. Watch how he loads into that right side and up. That's going to allow him to. Now, you see how light this lead leg is? Watch how he's going to now put some pressure on that lead leg so that he can use the ground, and both of the feet are going to get off the ground. Look at that right there. He's coming out, rolling out onto the outside part of that lead foot. Here's where he starts to move off the ground. Look at that. Unbelievable. Weighing 205 pounds. But when he starts to use that ground properly and lighten himself, I'll bet you there's not 10 pounds of his weight in the ground. You can see the feet are now out on the toe. The weight is out on the toes of the feet, and then he's going to go up.
I'm going to watch this in full speed right here. He actually takes that left foot off the ground to get into his right side. It's just amazing. Just say ow. Wow. Look at that speed.
It's time for a rematch of 2013, 14, and 15. This first player is looking for Volvic World Long Drive Championship number 5. Count of 5. She is Sandra Carlford.
Sandra has to continue exactly what she did the last set. Just keep hitting golf balls. Be Sandra, get the golf balls in the grid, and she should take care of business.
And her opponent, boy, she plays with a fire that I've not seen before. And she will feed Winstar off of your energy. So let me hear it for Heather Manfreda.
Heather has a tall order to take Sandra down. They went at it toe-to-toe there for 3 straight years. The key for Heather is the first 4 shots of this match.
Yeah, remember, she really struggled in the semifinals. She advanced with a drive of 313 yards. Phyllis Mehdi the defending champion, went 0 for 7, and then on her 8th swing, didn't hit the ball until after the shot clock expired.
And big mistake there, especially for a veteran like she is. And again, Heather's got to get off to a great start. That will not only help the match, it gives her confidence.
And while Manfreda only got 1 in to advance, Karlborg in the semifinals filled up the grid.
This is a wonderful start for her right here. Not the best ball speed, not big carry, but it's going to run. But it's a ball in play.
Gives you a little bit of calmness under the lights here to start with.
Especially because she had a two-way miss going in that earlier match.
Exactly right.
293 yards, but she gets 1 in on her first swing. That one's going to go out of bounds right.
And when she plays golf at a competitive level, she uses a much higher lofted club, something like an 8 or a 9 degree. But here it's like 6 or 5.
She gets set to hit shot number 3, ball tracer. The tracer line is brought to you by Volvic.
Her club head speed was 105 on those first 2 attempts. 106 there. She was 107 to 110 in the semifinal match. All that speaks to is nerves.
Yes.
She got the first one in at 293. She missed the last 2. Final ball this first set. Doesn't have too much curve on it. Creeps over 300. Will it stay in? Wow, it does.
Exactly 309.
309 yards. Now we saw Sandra Karlborg literally just fill up the grid as she won her semifinal match. And she hit her first 4 right in.
Just beautiful action right here.
With 349 as her longest.
Great tempo tonight. Just love the change of direction. Beautiful tempo. 170 on the ball speed. Look at the carry.
Look at the club head speed. 113. Again, that's nearly 8 miles an hour.
So on one swing, Karlborg now has the lead with 320.
Just incredible consistency down the right side, Sandra Karlborg.
It's down that right side and out of bounds.
After 5 in a row in, 1 ball out, but still a solid shot.
A little underneath that one there, Art. Look at the apex on that 161. Well above where she wants that.
So after hitting 320 on her first swing, she's missed the grid on the last 2. This is her final ball of this first set of 4. She rips that one left. But she's put up a number, Art, that's pretty impressive.
It is. I mean, 349, she just must have just murdered that and got a great bounce. But 20 is a nice start for her, and then she overswing. I really think she got out of her element right there.
So
Here we go. The grid is clear. Play away.
So Heather Manfreda knows the number that she has to get to force Karlborg to have to hit her second set. She's got to best this 320.
That's the shot shape she's going to need. She's going to have to pick up some speed on the ground. 107 club head speed.
Yeah, that was dead on the toe there.
Yep. Look at how low that apex is, 60 feet.
Swing number 6.
That's flush.
This is really good. 160 ball speed on 107.
Oh, she likes
This one's
it.
going to be good. Is it going to get to 320?
No, it will not. So she has 2 more swings.
Those are her best numbers of the night, Art.
And 35 seconds to go. It's got to be use the crowd, use the adrenaline, and take it past 320. Great golf swing.
She's got to be careful of the clock here now, getting to 20.
At 159 ball speed, just doesn't have enough speed to carry it as far as you need to carry it. You've got to carry it over 300 yards.
Yeah, to get any kind of speed down that right side. Last swing for Heather Manfreda. She's got to beat 320.
Oh, she's rushing.
And is she going to get it off? She does, but it's out of bounds left. And that means that Sandra Karlborg has won her 5th Volvic Women's World Long Drive Championship.
Number 5. Number 5. Good job.
.320 yards, and she wins for the 5th time.
Oh my goodness, Sandra.
Let's take a little look at this swing. Look at how full this turn is. Again, she's got very high arms, so she'll get a very late set in the wrists right there. And then she'll start to take this angle that she has between the lead forearm and the club shaft. She'll maintain that, decrease it, and as she starts to come in, the body is going to start to move up and back, and that's going to snap that club head and create that winning 320-yard drive. Down the line, look at how high those hands are. And then she'll make a good full pivot. Interesting, the lead foot never comes off the ground in the backswing and only casually in that downswing, but still generates tremendous club head speed.
And again, just a classic golf swing. The record book of women's long drive right here, capturing her 5th title. Awesome night for Sandra Karlborg.
World Long Drive Champion is Sandra.
Beautiful extension. Love it.
Sandra Karlborg has won the Volvic World Long Drive Championship for a 5th time.
After the men's final, when we give her the belt, and
The 33-year-old from Sweden hit it over 400 yards in Denver. And she is the women's champion. Now we'll crown a men's champion. Will it be Justin James or Mitch Grassing? All coming up next. Today's coverage is brought to you by the new Vivid XT by Volvic, the official ball of the Volvic World Long Drive Championship. Winstar World Casino and Resort. Let the good times roll. Avis, rent and will chip in on a Golf Now round. Performance inspired, better and clean, high performance, all natural sports nutrition. It's time now for Inspired to be Better, presented by Performance Inspired. Well, we'll take a look at how we've gotten to this championship match, and Mitch Grassing defeated Wes Patterson with a drive of 435 yards. Then the young Kyle Berkshire knocked off Tim Burke with a drive of 414 yards. Burke just couldn't get it going. Justin James eliminated Chewy. Paul Howell with a drive of 434 yards. And then Nick Kiefer battling Will Hogue advanced with a drive of 430 yards. In the semifinals, Grassing on his 4th swing hits it 437 yards as he defeats Kyle Berkshire. And didn't even have to sweat. 437 yards with a tremendous roll down the grid. And the Canadian Mitch Grassing advanced. And then Justin James, well, he didn't need a second set. Not once, but twice. And 430 yards. And able to defeat Nick Kiefer pretty comfortably. And that's your Inspired to be Better, presented by Performance Inspired. So we are set to crown the champion tonight. The introductions for our championship match, we're ready to go.
he has been the most steady player all night. Focused and ready to go in just his 2nd full year as a long driver. You know him, you love him. So let me hear it for Justin James.
Can the snapping turtle break out of his shell and win his first Volvic World Long Drive Championship?
Can't believe you went there.
It's Tai Chi.
And his opponent, well, this guy has a flair for the dramatic. He's out of Canada, ladies and gentlemen. He's the big fella, and he is a fun one to watch. So make some noise for Mitch Graphic.
He's put up 435 and 437 already tonight. Those are numbers he's going to have to continue to put up to win the belt.
And here we go.
Mitch Grassing has the tee first. Both of these guys have been men of few words.
Yes, they really have.
In their interviews after their wins. And now the game face in full swing as they battle out for the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship. 90 seconds to hit 4 balls.
In all my years, I never thought I'd sit up here watching this and saying this is going to be a battle of 2 players that can move the golf ball 220 plus miles an hour.
Setting up for a little draw.
Off to the right,
265 pounds, Mitch is, standing 6'3". That's about 60 pounds more than Justin James. Very comparable club head speeds.
So Grassing has gone 0 for 3. He's going to make a change in equipment. He's got plenty of time for his 4th and final shot here in this set.
Jerry looks a little nervous to me. What are you seeing down there?
Yeah, I have to give it to you this time, but I'll tell you what, the crowd can even sense the enormity of the moment. They have gone really quiet with the pressure that's on these 2 competitors. And it's been an otherwise very rowdy crowd all night long.
Grassing goes 0 for 4. Now again, remember, Justin James, who's up next, has not needed his 2nd set yet.
He's been in this situation all night. It's an 8-4 golf ball match for Justin James, and he has the hammer, and he's got 8 shots to 4.
He took an extra look on that one. That just shows me that it was just a little uncomfortable. His routine the whole night.
Well, I mean, he's won twice this year, but this, after 6 months and 9 tour stops, this is the ultimate. This is the World Championship, and even for a guy that's won twice this year, nerves can play a factor.
Absolutely, and again, he has to control himself right here because he has the speed. You saw it right there, 226 on the ball,
154 on the club head, 226. That's the fastest all night.
Let's turn it up a notch for the final ball of the first half for Justin James.
So James is down to his last swing of the first set, and I'm sure Grassing right now is thinking, wow, he doesn't have a mark on the board yet.
A little bit of a gift. He's trained for this. His father, Jerry, has taught him, but you can't feel it until you feel it right now.
Well, he's going to have to hit
now it's a
full 8.
Yeah, it's a 4 golf ball contest now.
Pretty amazing that he got 154 on that club head speed, and that was a fade. Normally, you're going to get a little bit more speed when the toe is closing faster.
I think you can take all the instruction and all the swing thoughts away because this is pressure, and that's all that matters. Who can handle the pressure?
Yeah, Mitch Grassing has to feel like he got a second lease on life here.
Absolutely.
No balls on the grid yet. Grassing starts his 2nd set, and that misses wildly to the right.
Keep in mind, guys, according to TrackMan, they run a ton of numbers for me on this, but to keep it as simple as possible, with this swing speed compared to an average golfer hitting a 50-yard wide grid that basically plays about 40-yard wide, that'd be like the guy at home who's a good golfer hitting a fairway that is less than 3 cart paths wide. That's pretty incredible. So seeing these balls off the grid is not nearly as amazing as seeing one that finds the grid.
Well, what you're seeing, Jerry, really is they're all going for broke because they know a 410 or 20 shot's not going to do it. They want to hit it 450 because they know the other guy can do that.
Down to his 7th swing, yet to put one on the grid.
He's got to get one in the grid. Last one.
Last one for Grassing. He's 0 for 7 as James looks on with that quiet confidence. He launches it high down the left side. There's that slope down the left side of the grid. And it's wide left. So Grassing, who had been pretty accurate up to the finals, has gone 0 for 8. So now Justin James needs to get one ball on the grid, and he wins the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship.
At 270 yards is the minimum, so you cannot play long ball here. He switched driver. He has a play club out there. He should be prepared for that. He's got to pick a shape. You can't go for hitting it straight. And you got to win this championship quickly. You've got to cut one in play, Michael, don't you?
You bet.
So here's his play driver, and he's got to now play as golfer, not long driver.
James playing the draw. Will it stay in the grid? It does. That's it. And look at the distance on it, too.
For a man that was that stoic all night long. It's like Maurice Allen.
Justin James has won the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship.
And not with a 270-yard shot. He went deep, 226 on ball speed right there.
There's his father.
Jerry, this is what they worked for. He trained him. I mean, just an amazing moment for that family right there. What a shot. 435 yards. A new championship record. Taking down Burke's 427. What an amazing performance for Justin James.
Say took out the play driver. You might want to use that.
Unbelievable. I mean, just to swing that hard. I'm sorry. I would have hit a little fade in the fairway.
Well, a lot of people thought that Justin James was the favorite to win this event. And he comes through with flying colors.
Well, he took his play driver, but he did not make the I've got to find the fairway swing. That is a full rotation with the body, and look at how long the club has traveled. He generates 226 miles an hour of ball speed on 147 miles an hour of club head speed. That is a wonderful impact position. And look at the explosion. We've seen it all night off the ground. Wonderful swing.
And again,
congratulations.
He's only hit 4 golf balls twice, but tonight he hit 5 in the last match. Great golf swing right here. He squared it up, and good for him for going for broke, hitting at 435 when you only needed to hit it 270. Awesome.
Yeah, Grassing went 0 for 8. And as James came in with his second set of 4, he wasted no time.
Absolutely the best skill set in the sport of long drive right there, Justin James. Give me that belt, he says.
And then he drops the belt and visits the family.
The snapping turtles over the fence.
He snapped.
Champion, Justin James.
So here are the Volvic World Long Drive Championship brackets. Once again, working our way down to the final 2 with Justin James battling Mitch Grassing. And Justin James on his 5th swing with a drive of 435 yards becomes the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Champion. And on the women's side, Sandra Karlberg defeats Heather Manfreda with a drive of 320 yards, and she wins her 5th Volvic World Long Drive Championship. It is time for the belt presentations as we send it down to Jerry.
Thank you very much, Bob Papa. What a couple of nights here in Thackerville, Oklahoma. Thanks to everybody who came out to support this event. I'd like to introduce Mike Ferguson, Director of Golf Operations here at Winstar. What a tremendous host they have been. We look forward to coming back. And Don Shin, President of Volvic USA. Don, what can you say about the hospitality here and the people involved?
Wow, this is just so great. It's beyond excited, and thanks for all the work that you guys put in. You know, it's been great, and especially all the players that are here tonight. You know, it's been a great show, great event, and we're just great to be here.
And they're grateful for your involvement. Now it's time to get to the hardware, if you will, or accessories on the ladies' side they might consider it. Sandra Karlberg, your 5th ever title. Then Phil Meddy is going to present the belt to you, if you would.
Sandra, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Should I put it on?
Hell yeah. Go on ahead.
Yeah.
It fits absolutely perfect, Sandra. Your 5th title, the first woman to get to that number. One man has done it, Jason Zubak. You came here to win. You got it done. Does it ever get old?
No.
Describe your emotions when you do this. I know you've done it before, but describe what this feels like to somebody who trained so hard to do exactly this.
You know, after my 3rd finish last year, I have been working so hard the whole year to get it back, and the sport grows so much. It's so many good players now, so many good girls. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
And that's going to continue to happen if we have anything to say about it. Much more growth in the future, we hope. Now for the men's belt, we call on Joel Miller to present it to Justin James. For a man who keeps his emotions in check and limits himself to few words, that was quite the display. What did that moment seem like to you?
I don't know. It's crazy. I can't really describe it. You know, they always say when I watch games, there's no words, and I think they're stupid, but now I'm the stupid one because there's no words to describe this, so it's the best thing ever.
You trained for this. It was almost like you were made for this. A lot of people, I've talked to Billy Cratchit, I talked to your friend Jeff Clark, Art Sellinger in the booth says the same thing. This is almost where you were meant to be. Is it as rewarding as you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy to win for my dad. He never got this one, and I think he deserved it, so I'm really happy to be able to pull that one out for him. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. So.
Did you think at any point when you walked on this stage during the last couple of days that somehow you were going to scale it?
I thought about it, yeah. I didn't quite make it, but thankfully my family was there because I had to see my wife because I love her. We got married last July. She's super hot, and it's my babe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to end on that note. One more round of applause for your ladies champions, Sandra Karlberg, and the men's winner in Justin James. Bob, back up to you.
Well, Justin didn't have a lot to say earlier in the night, but he certainly...
he was saving his words.
He closed the show. Art, you thought he was a favorite to win it, and he came through with flying colors.
He's been on my radar all year for this, and he was groomed for it, a second-generation long driver. To see him get trained by his father, a 2-time senior champion, Masters Division champion, and to have him hoist that belt here at Winstar, just awesome.
And Michael, the women's division is in great hands. Sandra Karlberg wins for a 5th time, but a lot of talented young players.
There's a lot of talent on this tour, both on the men's side and the women's side. It's been fantastic to watch, and it's certainly a sport that we will enjoy watching as it continues to grow.
It's filled with passion, it's filled with desire, and a flair for the dramatics. But in the end, these athletes can tee it up and hit it long. Congratulations to Sandra Kohlberg and Justin James, the winners of the 2017 Volvic World Long Drive Championship. For Art Sellinger, Michael Bree, Jerry Foltz, and our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long for the World Long Drive Championship.